So, hello and welcome to this video. This time, the long-awaited second part of the top 5 Rifleman weapons. First of all, I want to notify you that there are only pay-to-win weapons, since the best weapons in Warface are pay-to-win weapons. And the stats of the weapons might change within the next few months or years, because there are always buffs and nerfs on some weapons. And now just one more thing before I start talking about the 5th best weapon. This list is based on my opinion and on my opinions on these weapons. And if you got a different opinion, if you think that another weapon deserves the 1st or 2nd or 3rd or 4th or 5th best place, then that's your opinion and that's completely okay. Your list doesn't need to be the exact same list as my list, so that's fine. I'm just giving you my opinion, and I'm gonna try to explain why it is my opinion, and I'm gonna talk about the stats, and that's it. Alright, and now let's get started with the 5th place. The AKalpha DSA. The AKalpha DSA 58 is a weapon with probably the easiest recoil to control in this list, and probably one of the softest recoils in the entire game. Well, the recoil is not that soft, but it's extremely easy to control the recoil. You just need to hold down a little bit, and it's just extremely easy to control it. And it got a very good head multiplier of 5.0, a great damage of 83, good body multipliers, 1.0 on the body, 1.0 on the arms, and 0.9 on the legs, a range of 17, normal RPM for a Rifleman weapon of 620, an aim accuracy of 31, a hip accuracy of 17, 35 bullets in the magazine, a damage minimum of 56, a low damage drop of 1.1 per meter, and a reload duration of 2.1 seconds, which is also pretty fast. And about the special grip for the AKalpha, it's decreasing the recoil by 20%, decreasing the spread by 80%, and while not aiming, it's decreasing the minimal spread by 45% when standing still, 40% while walking or sprinting, and 30% whilst jumping. It also decreases the maximum spread by 45% while standing still, 25% while proning, and 50% while sprinting. And when you're aiming, it decreases the max spread by 20%, but only while you're jumping too. By the way, the laser that's attached to the special grip is pretty much useless. Overall, I think the AKalpha is a great choice for everyone who can't really handle the recoil, and it's just fun to play this weapon for doing headshots because of the 5.0 head multiplier, because of a good damage, and as I said already, because of an extremely easy to control recoil. And now to the 4th place, the F90 MBR. Yeah, I was struggling a bit with places 2 to 4, but at the end I decided to put the F90 MBR on the 4th place. It's a great weapon, definitely better than the AKalpha. If you just take a look at the stats, it got some really good stats. But compared to the 3rd and 2nd place, I just think it's a bit worse than those two weapons coming up later. Yeah, and as I said, the stats are really crazy. Like the F90 MBR got a head multiplier of 5.0, a body multiplier of 4.0, an arms multiplier of 4.0, and a legs multiplier of 4.0. Means, well, you've got the damage of 86 on all the body parts except for the head. On the head you've got even higher damage because of the 5.0 head multiplier. And it got a range of 16, a rate of fire of 620, which is the same as the AKalpha, and a really good rate of fire actually for a Rifleman weapon. An aim accuracy of 31, a hip accuracy of 20, and 35 bullets in the magazine. A damage minimum of 57, and a damage drop of 1.1 per meter, and a pretty fast reload speed of 2.6 seconds, a bit slower than the reload speed of the AKalpha. And well, the recoil of this weapon is also pretty easy to control. Just hold down a little bit. It's a bit harder than the recoil of the AKalpha, but you should be fine with it too. And it has also got a special grip, the F90 MBR special grip. What a nice name. And it's decreasing the minimum and maximum spread by 15%, but that's not applied in prone. It's decreasing the maximum recoil by 15%, also not applied in prone. Decreasing the overall recoil by 15%. The reload duration is also decreased by 15%, and the select and deselect speed is also reduced by 20% with this grip. And now to the, in my opinion, third best weapon, the AKalpha. That's the only weapon you can actually craft, so for all the other weapons you gotta buy them in the shop for credits, or you gotta wait for the boxes to come into the shop and then buy the boxes and hope for the best and maybe get the weapon, or maybe just waste 10,000 credits. But this weapon, the AKalpha, is a bit different. You just need to buy one battle pass and you'll be able to craft it with the weapon crafting system in Warface, or well, actually on the warface.com website. And the AKalpha has got the second worst head multiplier on this list, but that doesn't really matter because you usually one-hit headshot the enemies with the AKalpha. So it has got a head multiplier of 4.6, a body multiplier of 1.0, arms multiplier of 0.9, which is also not very good, and a legs multiplier of 0.9, which is also not very good. But a damage of 82, a range of 17, pretty good RPM of 640, which is at least better than the F90s. And the FN false RPM, aim accuracy of 31, a hit accuracy of 20, 30 bullets in the magazine, a damage minimum of 57, and a damage drop of 1.1 per meter, and a reload duration of 2.6 weapons. But the AKalpha comes with a special grip too, of course. Actually, not even just one special attachment, but 5 special attachments. The special grip is just one of them. It's called Tactical Grip, and it's reducing the minimum and maximum spread by 15%, but that's not applied in prone. Decreasing the recoil by 15%, also not applied in prone. And decreasing the overall recoil by 15%, and making the recoil a bit smoother, and increasing the reload duration by 10%. Then we've got the Hartman MH1 scope, which has just got a 1.4 zoom in. Then we've got the 6 Sauer Romeo 4, which has got a zoom of 1.8, and it's reducing the zoom in duration by 10%. The tactical silencer for the AK-12 eliminates the sound, decreases the damage by 10%, decreases the damage minimum by 10%, and decreases the minimal spread by 10%. And at last we've got the AKalpha Suppressor, which is reducing the muzzle flash, decreasing the damage drop by 20%, and improves the penetration to 3. And the recoil of the AKalpha is of course also extremely easy to control. It just goes up, so you just need to pull your mouse down a little bit and it's easily controlled. And now to the second place, the AK-12. You know when you headshot someone with the AK-12? Well, if you haven't got the weapon, it's just a great feeling. It's probably one of the best feelings in Warface when you headshot someone in Warface with the AK-12 or the M16. But the M16 is not in the list, so let's just ignore it. But the AK-12, the feeling when you headshot someone with the AK-12, it's just absolutely amazing. I don't know why, but for me it's one of the most awesome feelings in Warface. Of course, the headshot needs to connect, but you know what I mean. And the AK-12 also got some really nice multipliers. It's got a 5.0 head multiplier, 1.0 body, arms and legs multiplier, a damage of 86, which is also the highest damage in this list with the F90 MBR, a range of 17, the lowest rate of fire in this list of 600, but no problem for the AK-12 because it's just an awesome weapon. An aim accuracy of 31, a hit accuracy of 20, and 30 bullets in the magazine, a damage minimum of 57, a damage drop of 1 per meter, which is also the lowest damage drop of all the damage drops of all the weapons in this list, and a reload duration of 2.6 seconds. And the recoil of the AK-12 is also just absolutely easy to control. Just pull your mouse down a little and it'll be controlled. It's just spraying a bit to the right, but that's fine. It's the AK-12, it's easy to control it. And the AKalpha has also got some special attachments. The AK-12 special silencer, which of course eliminates the sound, decreases the damage by only 5%, decreases the minimum damage by only 5%, and decreases the spread by 85%. The AK-12 Suppressor reduces the muzzle flash, decreases the damage drop by 20%, and increases the recoil smoothness by 50%. The AK-12 Grip decreases the minimum and maximum spread by 15%, but that's not applied in prone. Just like the decrease of recoil by 15%, that's also not applied in prone, and the tactical grip is decreasing the recoil by 15% and the reload duration by 10%. And at last, the Romeo Foresight. It got a zoom of 1.3, decreases the zoom in duration by 10% and decreases the sway by 80%. And now the first place, the mighty Beretta ARX 160. Yeah, it's still on the first place because I still think it's just still the best Rifleman weapon because of its good damage, really high RPM for a Rifleman weapon. I mean 680 RPM, that's just great, and it's just still the strongest weapon in my opinion, because when you play with it you'll just feel the power of this weapon. It's just still the strongest weapons, even though the stats are not as good as the stats of some other weapons, but just trust me on this one, the Beretta ARX is really just still the best Rifleman weapon in Warface. At least in my opinion, you can have a different opinion of course, but you know, well, it has got the worst headshot multiplier of all these weapons in this list, but that's not a problem because you can just easily kill the enemies by spraying at their bodies. And well, you'll still probably one hit like every headshot you get at close range, but on longer ranges this lower headshot multiplier might become a problem. The headshot multiplier is 4.3 by the way, and the ARX 160. Oh my god, I keep mixing up these weapons the whole time. Please stop, stupid brain. Okay, the body multiplier is 1.0, the arms multiplier is 1.0, and the legs multiplier is 0.9. It got a damage of 80, which is the worst damage in this list, but no problem for the ARX 160, because it's still awesome. A range of 16, a rate of fire of 680 as I said already, an aim accuracy of 31, a hit accuracy of 18, and an ammunition capacity of 30 bullets in the magazine, and it has got a total ammunition capacity of 120. It got a damage minimum of 57, a damage drop of 1 per meter, and a reload duration of 2.6 seconds. It got no special attachments like all the other weapons, but you've got the normal vendor attachments of course, and the recoil is also pretty easy to control. Just spray down a little bit and you'll be fine. It's also got this spray to the right a little bit, but it's fine, it's just easy to control it, and you shouldn't have any problems with dealing with any enemies with this great weapon. Alright, and that was it for the top 5 Rifleman weapons video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would love to see 1,000 likes like last time again. But I don't know if this video will actually become as popular as the last top 5 Rifleman weapons video. But let's see what comes in the future. And well, that was it for the video. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.